So we just wanted to ask you a bit about your art practice. Really interesting and intriguing artwork about your. You've started working with light, and at what point did you realize you wanted to specifically work with light? And what was your inspiration?
At university, I had a technician who was a kinetic sculptor. And so he was very, very influential to me. He taught me how to create my own bespoke circuits and make moving sculptures. And that was my first introduction into technology. And a lot with my work, I sort of combine abstraction. I'm really interested in ideas of modernism and those kind of historical movements. But I want to fuse those kind of ideas with technology and create a contemporary medium or style kind of for an audience that is kind of immersed in this technological culture. And so after university, I was involved quite a lot with Connecticut Art Fair, who run a lot of art fair artists working with technology. And through that, I started to explore and see the benefit of working with light. So I wanted to create artworks that really reached out and grabbed the audience's attention. And through the use of light and interactive devices, that I was able to do that. And so with my work, I often invite people to come and interact with them. They might be sound reactive and the lights will respond to people making sound in a space or something like that. So light enables me to create these kind of interactive artworks.
And just a quick question. Would you say that for myself, there's so many spiritual connections in relation to light and light falling on people? And how does that take it? Do you take any thoughts into that? Or is it just, as you're saying, more like a technical response?
So I guess, yes, in some ways, in a lot of ways, I work with geometry. And so I'm working a lot with geometry, and the ideas there sort of stem from, you know, Islamic geometry and the ideas of the infinite, the idea of connectivity and that we're all connected to one another. And so, yes, I would say the use of light there is also related to that idea of the spiritual. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you start a new piece of work? What's your approach?
I have quite a funny, I don't know, this is a sort of a very personal artist sort of piece of information, I suppose, but I basically, the artwork for me, they come fully formed in my mind, maybe as a dream, and often they sort of creep up on me when I'm doing something else. So I might be on a walk or, you know, not doing anything artistic at all, not making, you know, and I have this kind of, I see my sculptures. So I'm a sculptor mostly, and I sort of see them finished, and then I have to try and figure out how I make that in the physical world. So yeah, it's a great process.
You're so intuitive and connected to your work. That's beautiful. Thanks for that. Could you expand on how your grandfather might have inspired you, and the late Aphra Shemza?
Yeah, so my grandfather was a very well-known painter, obviously, as you know, and he unfortunately died before I was born. So he died in 1985. But I've always had a really deep connection with him through his artwork, as I've grown up surrounded with him in my family home. So I feel like probably the fact that I'm an artist now is really down to his work and also to my grandmother's work, and the idea that being an artist was an acceptable profession, you know, that was something that was okay. My family, you know, were very they were very supportive of being creative, and took me to lots of exhibitions and things like that. And I think my grandfather's work has inspired me in lots of different ways in terms of using abstraction within my work. So I use abstraction, and most recently I've actually been doing a project that's all related to my cultural heritage and related to his work, that's called Shemza.digital. And in this project, we've created an interactive digital painting application that's based on my grandfather's painting style. And we've asked the audience to become artists themselves by using these digital paints that we've created to create their own kind of Shemza style artworks. And this has been an amazing way to get the knowledge of my grandfather's work out there and provide a platform for that with the general public in the UK, and also to kind of show what's possible with art and technology and kind of reaching out, and participatory art as well, and making art accessible to everybody.